So the calculator I've been using recently, or have recommended uh, for my students to use, is just a decent Casio science calculator, something like Casio 83 GTX. This being a very typical one here. But you can see a problem already straight away, that these look extremely expensive. Like this one wasn't available. But if we say like this one here on eBay, it's €50 for this rather seemingly standard basic calculator. This is £40, and apparently there's only one left. And if we go to Amazon and have a look, again we're not seeing anything. We're seeing not quite the right calculator. This one here, again, nearly £40 though, only three left in stock. But a more reasonably priced calculator like this one here for £14, that's not quite the same. So one of my students had to order his calculator in, I think on Amazon or eBay, but he got it in Spanish because I guess he thought he was getting a reasonably priced Casio one, but I guess the catch was it was in Spanish. I'm not sure if you can change the languages on it. What's happening is Casio, I think, are or have discontinued the more familiar calculator, the more traditional science calculator I'm used to using for the last 15, 20 years, this one here. And they're pushing more this one here. They have a one called a Classic Whiz or something. Oh, that's it. Yeah, Classic Whiz here. Class Whiz. That's it. Class Whiz. Now that's more of the normal price, £14. But still, you might be wondering, well, okay, just get this one then. But maybe some of you have noticed, especially if you've used it, these calculators aren't as friendly or easy to use as these ones here. Now, straight away, you notice that I'm not exactly sure if it's the same number of buttons. I feel like there might be a few less, but that's not really a big issue. What they've done is they've put more of the functions and operation and normal use of the calculator inside of menus and submenus here. This is kind of like what car manufacturers do, that I'm not a big fan of either. That everything is behind a menu on the touch panel screen rather than having, you know, oh, just press this button for the radio or just turn this dial here for the volume. It's all, well, just go into this setting option and select what you need. So I don't find these ones as easy to use. At least I've not gotten used to them yet. I mean, you can probably tell just from looking at the cover, doesn't quite seem to have as many functions at your fingertip packed in on the screen. But maybe that's not fair. Maybe it does actually. It's just laid out a little bit differently. I can see the variables A, B, C, D are on the number key. So then what was on the number key is nothing here, lost. Okay, so the layout is a bit more compact. I guess that's okay. I do know some things were a little bit harder to do on it, like the table mode. I think the table mode has been removed as a something kind of you can quickly access. Let's have a look here. You got your stop button here. That, yeah, and I guess the keys here, some of them have tree functions, whereas here there's no tree functions. Keys only have at most two functions, so it looks like they've done away with the alpha button. NCR, is that still on it? NCR has moved. Where has it moved to? Is that something that's behind a menu now? You see, now I don't see where NCR is. So I'm wondering if that's an example of something that has moved behind a menu. Okay, what else now? P, rectilinear, polar, stat mode, random. Yeah, I don't see those on this. And actually, I've noticed that the top row here is just menu options and then 2 rows of functions, whereas here, 4 rows of functions instead of the 2 rows of function. Lots of menu buttons. Lots of menu buttons. So, yeah, in conclusion, it looks like they've just packed a lot of functions away into menus. They've taken it off the front and just packed things away into menus hidden away. I don't think everyone's happy with this. I certainly wouldn't like doing stuff this way. I don't even like when I have to use a rental car and it has a touch panel on it. So I don't think this is for me. Maybe you like it, but it's not for me.